All right, we'll give people a few minutes more here. We're still missing quite a few signed up. All right, well, maybe we'll get started. Not a great turnout. We'll be best on this one, I think, just even with the primary objectives being we're at about half of what had signed up. But we'll give it a shot. All right, I'll start the brief. All right, so this is the third operation, third sortie in Operation Red Hammer. So it's in day 2 of the war. Focus is destruction of enemy air defenses in this mission. I'm going to be contributing to that in one other. So for anybody who's new, I think the only one here is Badger, who's new. So missions for this campaign are on average conducted every 4 weeks. Speaking of which, September's always work-wise my craziest month, so I'm going to be very, very busy. So I'm not planning on making any missions until early October. So if anybody else wants to, I know Ramrod's got one in early September, but open points there if somebody else wants to mission in. As always, the 3 active squadrons, Hornets, Vipers, and Eagles, will always have aircraft. The Harrier and Apache will be available from time to time as well, and some of the other aircraft. The next mission I'm planning, like I haven't made the mission or anything, will be mostly focused on CAS, air support. So if people wanted to fly the Harrier, Apache, or Hog, they could definitely do so. One thing we changed, and we'll chat about this at the mission debrief, is providing MIS files back from the squadrons in order to do their loadouts and stuff. This was hugely beneficial for me. It's just a lot easier if I can just copy and paste that one flight into the one that I have, because I can actually make and put everything in there, because previously combat flight would really screw things up. So in terms of like special waypoint actions and stuff like that, so it's pretty beneficial. I hope it's not too much work for you guys. As always, I'll do the overview. Individual COs will do the flight briefs. Missions are in for 2 hours, which we'll try and hold in this mission. And then we'll do a debrief afterwards in the TAC view. So reminder, we're still in 1995, despite what the mission start date says. And so that means there's no GPS guided weapons, no SLAM ER, SLAM E is fine, no 9X, no 9 or AMRAAM C, AMRAAM Bs, as they've just gone into service at the time, are limited to 4 per aircraft. Laser rockets are also not allowed. So key things here is the mid radio, and the Link 16 is also not allowed in this as well. So that is the other key things. I'm not going to go through this. It's just more for the mission. So this is that. So our last mission, we had the F-16s and Hornets performing SEED, and they weren't overtly successful at taking out much there, but what they did do is find the locations of the SA-10s. And so in this mission, there's going to be B-52s striking the SA-10s. That were the coordinates that Splinters gave us last time. And there's also going to be an F-117 strike against the early warning radars. So these are all, of course, have Skynet on. So this is going to push them into autonomous mode. So they should be emitting unless they feel like there's a harm in the air, and then they may shut off. But other than that, they should be emitting and having to use their own search radars in order to find targets. So this will make them easier to kill going forward. So getting to mission objectives, the 555th, they're going to be performing DEED on anything that's not killed by the B-52 strike on the SA-10 system. For my testing of this, they're pretty successful at taking out the SA-10 system, but they don't always get everything. And a lot of the TLAMs are shot down. As well, the SA-13 and SA-15 down here. So they're going to be, those are mobile sites, so they're not going to be exactly where they were in the mission that I gave you guys, but they'll be nearby. And you need to locate them using the harm targeting system and destroy them. And then the MFA 224, seed and deed on the SA-6. So obviously take out the radar first so it can't fire at you guys, and then welcome to destroy as many of the launchers as possible. Meanwhile, the 492nd in this mission will be providing CAP. So we're just going to be up there doing CAP, doing air-to-air. If anything goes horribly astray on the CAP, we may get the 555th to rotate off of your DEED mission to come support us. You guys are probably in the best position to do that. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. And then if the seed strike is successful, and by 0915 local, I'll make a call out on the radio based off of where we're sort of at by that point. We can head back to Beirut. It's a blue field. And rearm, refuel, and strike the airfield itself. So there's a number of aircraft on the ramp, as well as the runways could be hit with Dandels, and so we could go do that. If we're struggling with the mission and based off of the turnout, we may be. It could be a bit more tricky, and we'll just concentrate on the primary objectives. I kind of went through this in detail. So 555th, you'll be taking off from Akratori. You'll join up and link up with the 223rd, or 224th, pardon me. And your main target is the SA-13 and 15 launchers. So make sure you call those out if you get a confirmed kill on the SA-13 and the SA-15. Likewise, the SA-10 should be neutralized by the TLAM strike from the B-52s, but you guys are welcome to hit any of the support vehicles and any remaining launchers down there as well. VMFA 224, you will take off. Sorry. You will take off, and you're just doing seed on the SA-6. The TLAM should hit... Oh man, TLAM should hit the SA-10 by 0835, so it should be offline by then. So you guys can move into the threat rings governed by the SA-10 at that point. Begin hunting the SA-6. Again, please let us know on package. Flight lead mage, let us know when the SA-6 is taken out. 492nd will be handling cap. For the mission. Cap must be maintained until at least 0915 local. At that point, we'll make a decision if we're going to do the airfield strike or just continue on our primary objectives. And like I mentioned, all aircraft can divert to Beirut for fuel and arms. Weather is very good, so no winds. It's just got scattered clouds between 14 and 15,000 feet, so really good visibility. Looking at the threat picture, so basically here, the big thing to watch out for is the SA-10 rings. They should be taken out. The key is the SA-11 near the port of Latakia will be operational. It shouldn't be able to get you over the airfield, but if you fly more than a few miles north of the airfield, it can engage you. So be very, very careful. I would make sure you're doing your outs before you get to the airfield, and that you're not flying too far to the north. That will be the main problem. In terms of aircraft that could come up, there's Su-27s and MiG-31s at Incirlik, as well as F-5s and F-4s, because the Turks have joined the war now. And then there's MiG-25 and 9s at Gazipaza and MiG-29s at Basal al-Assad as well that may scramble when the airfield comes under attack. As always, avoid the Kuznetsov battle group to the north, and as I mentioned, the SA-11 in particular near Latakia, that will be a real threat. Yeah, and the SA-6, 13, and 15 should be taken out. There's some very light man pads in AAA near the airfield as well. So as I mentioned, intelligence update, Turkey enters the war. We don't expect their ground forces to do much. And in terms of their air forces, they have F-4s and F-5s primarily, but they also have a few F-16As. The F-4s and F-16s can carry Sparrows and Sidewinders. Target area, so again, the SA-10, which should be taken out. The SA-15 will be somewhere near the SA-10. And the SA-13 will be somewhere, we suspect, somewhere near the airfield. The SA-6 is just south of the town of Jabla, so it's a little bit further south. The airfield, if we get time to strike it, there's a lot of aircraft. This is a major airbase that the Soviets use, so there's a lot of aircraft on the ramp. Any of those are targets. These fuel tanks here are also targets, as well as the radar dome. If the Eagles want to cut the runways too with Durandals, they definitely could do so as well. It's about 9,000 feet long, the runway. And that leaves us to Nickel. So yeah, if you want to go for that, Splinters.
All right, so for Nickel, plan is we're going to be ingressing, and then we've got our IP set. Hang on, sorry. Very small. I got to adjust my view settings here. Where's the full screen button? There you are. Okay, so our IP is just outside the SA-6 threat ring. Then from there, we've got waypoints on the last known positions of the 16, 15, or sorry, the 6, the 15, and the 13. The plan is as Hellcat releases their TALDs, we're going to try to use the HTS pod to fix all 3 of those SAM sites positions as accurately as we can. I don't have high hopes for the 13, but maybe we'll get lucky and snag it. But in any case, once we've got locations for all of those, then we'll pretty much just plan is to stay high. The max altitude on the SA-15 is 26,000 feet, and just put LGBs on it. Then the 13 as needed. I want to say its max altitude is something like 15,000 feet, and then from there, the 10 if there are any surviving vehicles, and then the ramps at Basel Al Assad. There's an additional waypoint to the north on the last known position of the SA-11. That's more just for informational purposes, hoping that we're not going to have to get anywhere close to that. And from there, we've also got waypoints on waypoint on Beirut for rearm refuel if we need it.
Hellcat, Mage.
Yep. So plan is we're gonna take off and head off to our IP. That's our orbit point while we wait for Nickel and coordinate. Then we're gonna be at 30,000 feet, and we're gonna launch our TALDs at the target waypoint about 40 miles. So 40 miles from Basel, not the SA-6. Once we do that, we're gonna do our customary 360, and then we're gonna head in. We're gonna find that SA-6, blow it up, and we're gonna be at that point weapons empty. So we're gonna head out back to Beirut, rearm and refuel, and start working on the airfield assets.
Sounds good. All right, and either Taco or Durka.
I'll let Taco take this one.
We're just doing cap, right? Sorry. So we're gonna depart, set up cap between Akrotiri and Basel, and we'll stay on station until 0915 local, or until all friendlies are egressed out of the area, and then yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty straightforward for us, and yeah, we can talk. We'll sort of, if we need to do the strike there, we can figure out how that's going to work as well. I think we've talked a lot about these. These are more just for informational purposes. SA-6s are expected in this. The SA-10 should be taken out. The SA-11 is probably the biggest threat. It's to the north. We're not engaging it, so don't fly too far to the north. I can't emphasize that enough. The most likely chance that the Hornets or Vipers are to be shot down is if you guys go too far north and get into the threat ring of this guy. So really try and avoid the SA-11 to the north. The SA-13 has splinters mentioned. It has according to this, it has a top range of about 11,000 feet. So similar to the SA-15, if you're up high enough, up above 20,000 feet or so, these threats should not be able to engage you. So that's kind of the plan for both Nickel and Cat. It's just to stay high above these threats. The SA-6 has a higher range, can typically engage higher altitude targets, but it's going to have its hands full with TALDs and arms coming at it. In terms of air-to-air threats, the Phantom II carries Sparrows and Sidewinders. It's a very fast plane, has a good jammer, but not so good at dogfighting, and doesn't have anything to compete with our AMRAAMs. If we have F5s come up against us, again, no radar-guided missiles, so it's pretty limited at range. So our goal here is in the Eagles would be to keep these guys at range. The MiG-29s, our intelligence points to that they don't have the Archer, so they're a little less good in a dogfight, and we do outrange them with our AMRAAMs. So again, trying to keep these guys at range is probably the best strategy. If we see any flankers, they do have the R-73. Our intelligence points to, so they are very, very good if they get to the merge because they have a very high capability for 1 turn. They have the high off bore sight with the R73, so it's equivalent to an AIM-9X against us. So quite potent if you get into the merge. For BVR, they're about the same as the MiG-29. And lastly, the Foxhound. So the Foxhound is a long-range interceptor. It's sort of a one-trick pony where it has the R-33 missile. This is a long-range semi-active, but they can actually guide it against multiple aircraft simultaneously. But it does require them to be pointing near the target. It's not an active missile. So if you do get engaged by them, I would try and get out an AMRAAM against them to force them defensive. It might force them to break lock. Last slide. Support. Because of numbers, Mage was happy to do AIC, but we needed him to fly. So Darkstar, the E3 actually, it should be, is on our 258. If that gets too noisy for you guys trying to conduct seed and deed operations, you guys are cleared to go over to preset 4, package 2, which is preset 4. There's a tanker for everyone. So Shell is sort of ideally suited for the Eagles, Texaco for the Vipers, and Arco for Hellcat. And in terms of friendlies, I talked about this earlier. Right at the start of the mission, 2 F-117s. Probably before we even take off, we'll take out the EWRs. And then a flight of B-52s during TLAMs is going to strike the SA-10 site. So that is a really critical thing that we need to do is wait until the SA-10's down. That should be at about 35 minutes. Oh, that's pretty much all I had. Is there any questions? I take that as no questions.
Doesn't sound
Let's
like
do
it.
it.
All right. All right. Well, yeah, it's a fairly straightforward mission. Like I said, I'll make a radio call at about 09:15 local time. An hour and 15 minutes into the mission. That would be the absolute latest. If you guys haven't been successful at the seed mission, we'll just continue with our primary objectives and hunting down those remaining SAMs. If you have been and it's clear to attack the airfield, then we can head back and rearm and attack the airfield with whichever weapons you use. All right. So yeah, let's break down into. Hey, Husker, glad you made it. Break down into our different squadrons, and we'll get started here pretty quickly.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
So just sort of jump in on you guys here. One thing is there's a hot started aircraft on the ground in Beirut. So if you do get shot down, there's same loadout, same waypoints as both of your flights. So you can hop into that if you get shot down. No air flights, but on the ground in Beirut.
Gotcha. Awesome. Thank you. It's good to hear. I completely forgot to set those up during the planning.
So I'm assuming because of the sudden drop in turnout, we'll do this as one flight.
That's the plan, yeah.
Can you bring up your new board pages when the server's paused?
I don't believe so, no.
Then, because I was gonna forget laser codes before your engine spooled.
Yeah, that should be, let's see, was it 1611 through 1614 for Nickel 1 flight? It's a little concerning. I'm sitting here at about 20 frames per second.
Hopefully it's just something weird because it's paused, but that is strange. Maybe it's the giant British flag behind you for some reason.
Do what now?
Behind your aircraft, for some reason, there's a giant Union Jack.
It's Akrotiri. It's British
that
Air
makes
Force.
sense.
Or RAF, that's what I was looking for.
E1612. Radio check. Please got your Lima Charlie. Radio check. Two's got your same.
One's got you both, Lima Charlie.
aligned and ready. Aligned and ready.
One's aligned and ready. For yardstick, let's go 107 Yankee.
Two good yardstick. Three good yardstick.
One good yardstick.
Ghost 1 reporting early warning radar near Hama destroyed.
Alright, I'm way the hell on the, close to the east end of the airfield. I'm gonna go ahead and start taxiing. Akrotiri traffic, Nickel 1 flight of 3 F-16s taxiing to runway 28, Akrotiri. Oh, that's cool. Check out the buffs up overhead.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what those were.
Kinda wish the contrails didn't disappear when the plane is out of draw distance.
Yeah, that is one of the more immersion spoiling things that happens. That in the last mission I created, I had intended the target to be very easy to spot in the cons, and until you can already spot them, they don't even con. That's unfortunate.
Akrotiri traffic, Nickel 1, flight of 3 F-16s, taking off runway 28, Akrotiri. Alright, let's go typical 15-second interval, 350 in the box, 7-degree climb, and then we'll come to the left towards steer 1. One's on brakes.
Two's on brakes. Three's on brakes.
Run them up. 1 green jet.
Two's green jet. Three's green.
1 brakes, brakes, brakes.
Three brakes, brakes, brakes.
Akrotiri traffic, Nickel 1, flight departing to the southwest. Nickel, push COM 1, button 3. Nickel 1, flight check.
Nickel 1-2. Nickel 1-2.
So after the unpause, I still had low frames, but once we actually started taxiing out, it all cleaned up. I wonder if it was just something weird with the buffs.
Infield passing waypoint 3 at 38,000. I had a big stutter about the time they were over the top of us, so it could be.
Package buff 2 here. Launching towels at SA-10.
Dark Star 1-1, passing waypoint 1 at 38,000.
I swear, every time I fly these days, it's always an ingress directly into the sun.
At 38,000. Infield passing waypoint 5 at 38,000. Just happy we have the sun this time.
Yeah, that is definitely an improvement.
I mean, I like the night missions too, but every once in a while it's nice to see things.
It's always a bummer when you're trying to stream and it's so dark even you can't see, much less the viewers. Not like I get that many anyway, but still.
Infield passing waypoint 6 at 38,000. Infield passing waypoint 7 at 38,000. Infield passing waypoint 8 at 38,000.
Shallowing out a bit. Package Nickel 1 flight checking in, bullseye 248 for 146, 18,000 as fragged.
Ghost 1. Reports early warning radar site near Latakia destroyed. We are Miller time. Good luck out there.
That voice is simultaneously soothing and creepy.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Infield passing waypoint 9 at 30,000. Infield passing waypoint 10 at 29,000. Infield passing waypoint 11 at 30,000. Dark Star 1-1 passing waypoint 2 at 30,000.
Shallowing out a bit further. Just hope the drag we saved by only taking 2 bombs each is enough to get us comfortably above 26,000. Looks like we're set to arrive at the edge of the S810 ring just before, maybe 5 minutes before impact.
I know we typically don't, but is there anything against us dropping tanks if we can't get that last extra bit of height?
I mean, if we're staying high, we shouldn't have to worry too much about fuel. At the rate we're going, the only reason we won't get above that altitude is just my not doing a very good job of controlling my pitch at the moment.
Infield passing waypoint 12 at 30,000.
Dude 1, flight check. Dude 1.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 068 for 110 at 1,000 knots.
Dude flight check on uniform.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 068 for 100 at 1,500 knots.
Leveling off here.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 066 for 100 at 4,000 knots. Dark Star 1-1, passing waypoint 1 at 30,000.
And nickel fence in. One's fence, 10.1.
Two's fence 10.0. Three's fence 10.1.
Infield passing waypoint 13 at 30,000. 90 at 4,000 knots.
Minutes to impact.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 062 for 90 at 4,000 knots. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 063 for 80 at 4,000 knots. Infield passing Star 1-1, Bra 024, Fort 140 at 7,000 knots. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 062, Fort 70 at 4,000 knots. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 062, Fort 70 at 4,000 knots.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little close. On the off chance those are 25s, let's go ahead and take a right here. 1 Xerox.
3 Spike SA-10.
Nickel 1-1, Spike SA-10. We are anchoring here. Actually, we're going to probably flow back a little bit to the west.
Are Neils and Spikes supposed to be inter-frequency or package?
Ideally package. So, I mean, we all three of us got it, so did we only need the one in this case?
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 021, Fort 140 at 5,000 knots.
Wonder if we're getting bleed through from the cruise missiles.
I briefly had a MiG-29 Nails from that same direction.
Yeah, we'll drag him back to the west, give the 15s a chance to catch up. I didn't expect him to be this far behind us.
Package, Hellcat 1, flight of 4 F-18s, 2 alibis, continuing as frag, bullseye 237, 450, 150. I don't know alibi and brevity. Yeah, I don't either.
If I remember correctly, it's 2 members of his flight have some sort of issue.
1-1, passing waypoint 2 at 30,000. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 061, 450 at 18,000 knots. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 030, Fort 130 at 7,000 knots. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 067, 450 at 22,000 knots.
That 066 for 50 could get spicy if it's one of the 31s.
I'm getting in Nails 29 from that direction.
Ah, I am too. I didn't notice.
I'll still feel better once we got the Eagles out in front of us.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 034, Fort 100
1 Xerox.
We're so far out of its threat warning, I can't believe that's not bleed through.
Oh yeah, it'd have to be. Nick 1-1 nails 29060.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 068460 at 30,000 cold.
Oh, they turned cold. That's a good sign. Bringing back the power a bit. Let's go 5,000 pounds per hour.
Counter.
Spike Patriot?
I'm getting a spike, but I don't... Spike 16? Either that or 29. I might actually be a little confused on my... Yeah, it's gotta be bleed through. They're way too far away.
Xerox the Patriot on my side.
That's P on the radar warning receiver, right?
So I have Patriot 12 o'clock,
Dude
but no
1-3,
lock.
Box 3, Trail Bandit.
Alright, coming left back towards Steer 1.
Spitbull, out to the 20. Defensive, dude 1-3 defensive.
Counter.
Dude 1-3.
Springfield 1-1.
Dude 1-1, Fox 3.
1-1, Bra 048460 at 19,000 knots.
Expect a large package of F4 and F5s. Repeat, we have heard comms from at least 6 aircraft. Expect intercept within 10 mics.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 047 4100
Dudes have definitely got their hands full today.
Infield passing waypoint 15 at 4,000.
All flights, be advised. Towels are beginning to hit SA-10.
So much for coordination. Admittedly, a healthy part of that is my fault.
Hellcat's not to their IP yet, right?
Looks like they might be. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think when we turned under the assumption we were being pursued, they just kept on going. Meanwhile, I hadn't heard anything from Dude, so I just assumed that they weren't on station yet.
Darkstar 1-1 passing waypoint 2 at 30,000.
Unless he meant the cruise missiles when he said TALDs.
That was my assumption.
That would make more sense. Also, I think I might have forgot to mention, but if you haven't already set Joker 4500.
Springfield 1-1, Darkstar 1-1, Bra 037480 at 13,000 knots.
Nails 29, 11 o'clock.
Springfield 1-1, Darkstar 1-1, Bra 038470 at 12,000 knots.
All flights, be advised, the SA-10 should be down by...
Uzi 2-1, Darkstar
That's not a pleasant direction.
Should be opposite the cap flight from us at least.
Alright, coming right, steer 2. Or correction, left.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 018 for 110 at 6,000 knots.
Nickel 1 flight, 5.5 minutes to IP.
1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 308 for 160 at 1,000. Dark Star 1-1, passing waypoint 1 at 30,000. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 015 for 1.
Dude 1-3 targeted 337, bullseye 337 for 079.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 301 for 160 at 500, cold. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 301 for 140 at 35,000, cold.
I almost wonder if they're going to fly right through the Patriot coverage.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 303 for 160 at 500, cold. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 009 for 90 at 15,000 knots. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 006 for 90 at 8,000 knots. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 003 for 90 at 1,500 knots.
Alright, let's go 2 mile trail.
Passing waypoint 16 at 5,000. Dark Star 1-1, Uzi 2-1, request picture 3. Uzi 2-1, Dark Star 1-1, 3 groups. First group at bullseye 279 for 170 at 35,000. Additional group at bullseye 285 for 180 at 16,000. Additional group at bulls 282 for 190 at 500.
Got a PGM-2 on the SA-6 between 0.2 and 3. I can't see anything, but...
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 297, 180 at 500, cold. Dark Star 1-1, passing waypoint 2 at 30,000. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra.
Coming right to keep us on the edge of the SA6 ring.
At 35,000, cold. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra.
2, are you trailing at 2 miles or 4?
30,000 hot. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1.
I should be at 2, but I'm closer to 4, so you can stay in the 2 spot.
Spike SC6.
Counter. Counter.
Springfield 1-1.
Hellcats, 5 mics on IP.
276, 160 at 35,000, cold. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 284, 180 at 500, cold. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 295, 180 at 2,500, hot. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 293, 160. Dark Star 1-1, Uzi 2-1, request bogey dope. Uzi 2-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 273, 490 at 35,000, hot. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 297, 170 at 14,000, hot.
Arm handoff.
There's the raid button to switch between targets and GO mode, and then there's the cage on cage button. You also need the sensor, the harm page is on to be selected. Nickel, Hellcat 1 status.
Nickel is anchored at IP.
Roger that. We are 3 minutes out.
One's straightening out 330. I'm going to try to maximize how much time I got this guy off the 39 line. See if I can pick up to 15.
32 is going to try to move into the 2 slot.
Alright, I got my head down and my displays are not following very well.
That's how I ended up in the 3 slot in the first place.
Dark Star 1-1. Bra 294, 4-100 at 35,000 knots. Springfield 1-1. Dark Star 1-1. Pop-up group 272, 4-160 at 500 cold.
Dude 1-3, Fox 3,
Springfield 1-1. Dark Star 1-1. Bra 291.
I'm out, right, 3-0.
19,000 knots. Springfield 1-1. Dark Star 1-1. Bra.
Look, Hellcat 1, we're returning in now to begin our run-in for the Tulls.
Counter.
Nickel 1-1 copies.
Springfield 1-1. Dark Star 1-1.
Plus 25 miles left.
292, 4-130 at 19,000 cold.
Dude 1-3, Bonsai, F4s. Dude 1-3, Fox.
Bra 293, 4-130 at 19,000 cold.
Hellcat 1-1, ducks away, ducks away.
Package rivet joined. MiG-31s are taxiing an acrylic loaded with air-to-air missiles. Estimated time to intercept 15 mics.
Dude 1-3, merged up.
Springfield 1-1. Dark Star 1-1. Bra 295, 4-130 at 20.
One's coming left. I'm going to skirt the edge of the 6th ring.
Dude 1-1, ray gun. Dude 1-3, ray gun. Dude 1, Fox 3, crank north. Dude 1-3.
1-1. Pop-up group 277, 4-160 at 500 cold. Springfield 1-1. Dark Star 1-1. Bra 295, 4-130 at 18,000 knots. Springfield 1-1. Dark Star 1-1. Bra 297, 4-100 at 20,000 cold. Springfield 1-1. Dark Star 1-1. Bra 295, 4-130 at 20,000 knots.
Alright, one's coming hard right.
Echo 1-1, Hellcat 1-1, 100 seconds since release.
Springfield 1-1. Dark Star 1-1.
Nickel 1-1 copies.
Bra 294, 4-130 at
pad is freaking out and continually is designating a random spot. That's not what I'm asking. I'm circling my head, seeing if it'll fix itself.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 294, Fort 130 at 19,000 knots.
Is that all towels?
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 276, Fort 170 at 2,000 knots.
Okay, one's rolling into the SA6.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 298, Fort 120 at 12,000 knots.
Counter.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 275, Fort 160 at 5,000 knots. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star.
Looks like the SA6 is opening up.
0-0, Fort 120 at 19,000 knots.
One's got eyes on the SA6.
Star 1-1, Bra 352, Fort 120 at 4,500 knots.
Nickel 3, Spike SA6. Okay, 1-1, Magnum SA6.
The 15 at Basilal just keeps disappearing on me.
Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 355, Fort 110 at 14,000 knots. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 297, Fort 120 at 1,500 knots. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 272, Fort 150 at 4,000 knots.
I think I have eyes on the 15.
1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 273, Fort 140 at 4,000 knots.
Dude 1-1, ray gun, bullseye 346, 86, 32,000.
Is it anywhere close to the runways? Because that's where my pod seems to be wanting to look.
I'm getting some more around the runways.
Dark Star 1.
I've got two SA-15s on the HAB display. The one at Steer 5.
Dark Star 1-1, Bra 273, Fort 140.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
500 knots. Springfield 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 359, 480 at 35,000 knots.
Do not have runways in sight on the TGP while looking at it.
Got it. Just looking at the end of the coordinates, do you have 0.293, 0.194, 59 feet?
Negative 0.761, 0.281, 155.
Copy, that might be the 13 then.
Appears to have several tall mast radars.
That'll be the 10. Yeah, the 15 is all self-contained. Yeah, I got the 15. And I'm starting to stray into the 11 bubble. I'm turning back south.
Nickel 1, dude 1.
Go for Nickel 1-1.
Yeah, dude 1-1 is single ship now. We got 2 MiG-31s coming in from the north, so I might need some help here. I'm dragging them south at the moment.
Nickel 1-1 copies. We are currently pressed right up against the south side of the SA-11 envelope. We need to get a little spacing. Can you drag him southwest? Flow southwest 220.
I think they might be hot on you. Stand by. I keep getting painted by that SA-6 over there too. They are definitely hot on you. Advise you egress south.
Nickel 1-1 copies. Alright, flow 180.
I'm gonna try to get their attention and drag them southwest.
Dark Star 1-1. Springfield 1-1. Request bogey dope.
Does anyone had ever get stuck? I do not know how to unstick this. It won't let me designate any targets.
I mean, if it already has one designated. Nickel 1-1 nails MiG-31.
Target MiG-31, bullseye 334, 19, 34,000, track southeast.
450 at 35,000 knots.
I mean, even if I do have something selected, I should be able to deselect it with GMS down, right?
Should, yeah. Nickel 1-1's moving west, see if I can't drag him further away from the 11. Please tell me that's one of you directly behind me.
That's 3.
Thank you. It's a moment of panic.
2-1-1 is defensive south.
Springfield 1-1. Dark Star 1-1. Bra 040 428 at 35,000 knots.
Are there cons right off our tail?
Yeah, those would be the
I
31s.
think I might have got them to refactor onto me.
One of them still has me locked. I'm going to try to turn around and see if I can't get an AMRAAM off on this guy before he gets too close.
Oh, he's definitely looking this way. High, 5 o'clock, headed hot.
Springfield 1-1. Dark Star.
That might be me.
Bra 278 for 100 at 35,000.
Two's defensive.
Nickel 1-1 ray gun.
Springfield 1-1. Dark Star 1-1. Bra 35.
Nickel 1-1 cheap shot defending.
At 35,000 knots. Springfield 1-1.
2 missiles in the air.
If that was enough to get them off of me, I'm turning in.
35,000 knots.
Just timing.
Counter. Bingo.
That was far from ideal. Beirut traffic, Nickel 11, taxiing to runway 17 Beirut. Beirut traffic, Nickel 11, single ship F-16 taking off runway 17.
Choose crossing over F-16 unknown. Sorry, under.
One's checking in, I ate a missile, just taking off from Beirut.
Two is approaching waypoint 2. Or 3 is approaching waypoint 2.
Beirut traffic, Nickel 11, single ship F-16 checking in, just leaving Beirut. Disregard Beirut traffic, Nickel 11 departing to the north, last call. Hope if I kept track of what freak I'm talking on.
Equatory Tower, 2 is fuel state 5.1. It looks like we got about enough for one run in. 3 is 4.6. So we try and wake up whatever's at steer 6 and go from there.
Before I got shot down, I was able to nail down that 15, but I didn't actually write down the coordinates. I just created a mark point. It was next to a stand of trees, more or less directly north from the end of the runway, maybe, I don't know, half a mile.
3, buddy strike at 16.
Dark Star 1-1. Uzi 2-1. Request picture. Uzi 2-1. Dark Star 1-1. Clean.
What was the direction relative to the runway?
Almost directly north, maybe very slightly east. It was a pretty small stand of trees, and it was kind of almost bowl-shaped, with the SAM nestled in the bowl on the north side of the forest.
Heavy 2 has the target. Three spike at 11. 2 is going to swing to the south and then run in. My sensor points are all, my steer points are all stuck at one location. I can't even cycle through them and get the targeting pod displayed.
For the pod, are you on CCRP?
Ephraim.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm not sure then.
Dark Star 1-1. Passing waypoint 2 at 3,000.
Package, this is Dark Star. What's the status of the surface air?
SA-6, radar is down. We're working on sanitizing it currently. Dark Star. You think that's the 15?
Chevy 1-1. Dark Star 1-1.
Hey, firm. Yeah, it should be
5-3 for 110 at 15,000 cold.
tank treads, a turret that's roughly the same diameter or the same overall size as the base. Small radar on top, pair of doors that open outward from each other on the top surface.
Copy. I think I've got the right target. Running in. Nickel Dark Star, what's the status of the SA-13?
Darkstar Nickel 1-1. My stroke 3 is running in on the SA-15 now. No joy on the 13.
Alright, we'll just continue with the mission. If you get a chance, can you laser early so I can see if I can find it? Amazing.
One targeted, bullseye 331, 69, 15,000.
Nickel 1-2 paveway, SA-13. Nickel 1-2, Shack SA-13.
Darkstar, this is package. This is Darkstar. Sounds like all of SAMs are down. If you guys want, you're clear to go back, rearm, refuel, and hit the airfield.
Package Nickel 1-1. SA-10 looks to be still mostly alive. I'm going to go ahead and put a CBU on this thing.
Nickel 1-3 defending SA-11.
Darkstar 1-1, passing waypoint 1 at 30,000. Darkstar 1-1, Uzi 2-1, request picture. Uzi 2-1, Darkstar 1-1, clean.
I've got the SA-10 as well, and just enough fuel to drop my remaining CBU.
Copy. One is 26 miles out. How close are you to it?
Looks like about 17 miles.
Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and take it. I will see if I can't find the 13.
Chevy 1-1, Darkstar 1-1, pop-up group 3849, 4110 at 3000 knots.
That issue with mark points where the targeting pod wasn't available to you. Do you remember how you fixed that?
I needed to switch back to the steer point page and cycle up to the steer point number of the mark point. 1-2, Pickle, SA-10. That was a crappy release. There's a good chance I'm gonna miss.
I got eyes on. I'll follow up if needed.
Counter.
So apparently better than I thought.
Nico, I think it's an SA-6.
Nickel 1-1, say again.
Nickel 1-1, I think you just struck my target.
That'd be Nickel 1-2. Sorry if that's the case. I was cycling back through steer points and thought I had the right one.
Copy that, it's fine. It's already mostly dead.
Nickel 1-1 still has the 10 inside. I'll go ahead and drop on it.
Darkstar 1-1, passing waypoint 230.
Hellcat 1-1, SA-6, sanitized, RTB to Peru, rearm and refuel.
Darkstar 1-1, Uzi 2-1, request bogey dope. Uzi 2-1, Darkstar 1-1, clean.
And the hat really doesn't get you close when there's a lot of SAM sites all packed together.
No, it doesn't.
Well, something about my targeting pod is worked, so if you got another target, I can toss a bomb on it with coordinates, but I don't think I'm helping out anymore tonight. Also, 3 to state 2.7.
Copy. Looks like there's a couple, quite a few aircraft on the ramp if you want to drop on them.
Which steer point's closest?
Probably steer 6.
Counter.
Nickel 1-1, Pickle, SA-10.
Chat. Flare.
Fuck me sideways. Nickel 1-1's hit.
Bingo.
Ejecting.
Bingo. Warning.
So who's gonna go lob this CBU with the aircraft on the ramp and then egress?
Well, the 13 found me. Reslotting out of Beirut. Beirut traffic, nickel 11, taxiing runway 17.
Got the ceiling of 15,000, right?
Affirm. This is not my night.
Acratory Tower, this is Dude 13 and 14 leaving your airspace to the north.
Beirut traffic, nickel 11, taking off runway 17. Beirut. Oh, Jesus. Pay attention where you're going, you fuckwit.
Back to Acratory.
That's the long term, yeah. If you want to rearm, refuel, or even just reslot, you can use Beirut.
I'll just reslot at Beirut if you guys are both gonna go out again.
Yeah, I'm gonna let my bomb hit the ground and then I will do so as well, because my avionics are borked for some reason.
Copy, reslotting.
Beirut traffic, nickel 11, departing to the north, pushing to package 258.
Or no, whatever. I'll come back to this. Hellcat 14, landing direct, runway 17, Beirut.
Beirut traffic, Hellcat 11 approaching, 40 miles.
3 slotted in Beirut.
Package, nickel 11, checking in again, bullseye 190 for 81. A heads up that SA-13 is still alive somewhere. The 15 is down though, so as long as you stay high, you should be fine.
Nickel, Dude 13, copy front.
Are we just taking what they loaded us with?
Yeah, I just went with what was already on the airplane.
I'm right behind you here, too.
Alright, so SA-13 was somewhere vaguely west-northwest of the north end of the runway.
You can just go straight out to get out of his way.
Darkstar 1-1, passing waypoint 2 at 30,000.
Three wheels up.
Pushing back to package. So on my original cold start, I did not have threat rings. I'm realizing now that I'm looking at this new one.
That's weird. Sure you didn't accidentally turn them off in the control page?
I am not sure. I am recording, so I'll double check when I go back through it.
Is it either that or maybe you were on the HAD page?
I mean, I guess I did use it primarily, but I feel like I didn't see it ever.
Pair of MiG-29s are taxiing at Basel al-Assad. Ensure they do not take off. Weapons free.
1-1, passing waypoint 1 at 30,000.
Package is Dude 1-3. We're going to take a look for those makes taking off from Basel. We're heading there now, about 5 mics.
Nickel 1-1's almost on the area. I'm looking for him now.
Nickel, Dude 1-3. Are you guys at 20,000?
Nickel 1-1's at 21,000. 2 and 3 are still en route.
Copy, I'm seeing you.
Do you guys have the harm launch rings on your hat page?
Should, yeah.
Well, I just got something right by the bullseye. It's probably.
Visual, they're taking off runway 17 right, left rather.
Nickel, this is Dude. We have them on radar. We can engage them. We're in a good. You recommend?
Copy. I'm almost directly above them, pretty much as low as I can get without that 13 slapping me down again, though.
Chevy 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 289, 4200 at 7,000, cold.
Alright, I'm gonna separate west to give you room so you can hit him without shooting him at me at the same time.
Chevy 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 22642 at 4,000 knots.
Dude 1-3, targeted bullseye 251 for 003.
290 for 190 at 500 knots.
Counter.
Double check your RWR, it's not on by default.
Dude 1-3, ray gun.
Nickel 1-1's being locked by something, but I can't tell what. My RWR is bent.
Chevy 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 289 for 190 at.
My current position, bullseye 249 for 7, 23,000.
Chevy 1-1, Dark Star 1-1.
Copy, just stay up there and we'll be.
For 180 at 7,000 knots. Dark Star 1-1, passing waypoint 2 at 30,000.
Nickel 1-1 visual MiG-29 taking off runway 17 left.
Dark Star 1-1, Bra 290 for 180 at 7,000 knots.
Dude 1-3.
Chevy 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 292,
Dude 1-3, Fox 3, MiG-29.
1000, hot. Chevy 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 034, 417, at
Nickel 1-1, Hellcat 1-1.
Go for Nickel 1-1.
What altitude are you guys at for when you're working the airfield?
Stay above 15,000. The SA-13 is still up.
Roger that. Nickel, this is Dude. If you guys have clean shots, go for it. We're engaged at the...
Nickel 1-1 copies, going air to air.
So he has 2 targets, one on bullseye at 200, the other north bull 029 for 8 at 3.
One's targeted that north one. Nickel 1-1 targeted bullseye 029 for 9, 4,000.
Yeah.
Star 1-1, pop-up group 032, 420, at 4,000, gold. Chevy 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, pop-up group 046, 413, at 2,000.
Second target bulls 115 for 4, 3,000. Hot on Nickel 1-3 itself.
Pop-up group 038, 419.
Dude 1-3 has one targeted, 143 for 00.
Chevy 1-1, Dark Star.
Are you in there? He's like right underneath you.
Nickel 1-1 Fox 3 MiG-29 bullseye 050 for 07, 3,000.
Nickel 1. Nickel 1-3, Fox 3, bullseye 180 for 4. 4,000.
Nickel 1-1 bonsai.
Nickel 1-3, splash 1.
Altitude.
Chevy 1-1.
Buddy Spike F-15.
Pop-up group 06543, at 3,000, hot.
Nickel 1-1 Fox 2.
Lock. Lock.
Nickel 1-1 Fox 3. Splash.
Altitude.
That got more interesting than I would have liked. I forgot how much M9Ms suck.
Dark Star 1-1.
I think you were right on top of the MiG I was trying to track, separated by about 10,000 feet for a minute there.
Probably, yeah. I was descending on the only one that I could see at that point.
I was really confused when I saw a second ping and then IFF returned to state 4.
Nickel, nice job. This is Dude. We're gonna reset.
Altitude. Altitude.
The mast radar, the Big Bird radar still appears to be intact. I might go toss a laser guided bomb on that unless we need to shrink the runway more.
Sounds like a plan to me. Go for it. I'm still trying to isolate that 13. I want a little revenge.
I had the 13 for a while, but it may actually not be the right 13. I think there's one defending the 11 as well.
I mean, the 13 probably wouldn't have popped up at all. It's only turns its radar on at the last minute. And I saw you shack the 15.
I mean, just now. I'm back over the target area.
Ah, gotcha.
Counter.
Pickle 1-3, pickle Big Bird radar.
Counter. Chat. Flare. Counter.
Nickel 1-1 setting up for a CBU drop on the northwest ramp.
Okay, 1-1, checking back in for strike. As ready.
Dark Star 1-1, Uzi 2-3, request picture.
Final heading 010.
Dark Star 1-1,
Maintain 5-degree climb. Maintain willpower. I'll bring it back a little so you can catch up.
passing waypoint 2 at 30,000.
Nickel 1-1 pickle, northwest ramp. Off to the west.
Chevy 1-1, Dark Star 1-1, Bra 304, Fort 120 at
1-1's going to be set altitude Angels 25 through 29.
Gonna run it on the northeast ramp.
Copy. Is that you up, passing east to west, call it 20,000?
That's 3.
Copy. I just passed underneath you, opposite direction.
1-3, we're committing on Bandits, Bullseye, 319 for 6.
Alright, does everyone have good line of sight on the airfield?
Package Nickel 1-2 in from the south northeast ramp.
Alright, I'm gonna drop down low intentionally, see if I can't sucker that, that 13 into firing at me again.
Altitude. Altitude. Counter. 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 Counter.
Whoa.
Shaft. Flare. Shaft. Flare. Counter. Shaft.
He's fired.
Shaft. Flare.
West airfield off the north end of the runway, short of the second cluster of, they look like factory buildings.
Pull up.
East off the second looking ramp.
Pull up.
Alright, if you can get a waypoint on that or something, something to help me get my targeting pod on once I get my shit squared away. Alright, I'm clean, climbing back up to the south.
Marker point.
One's defending AAA. Alright, I'm clear. Ready for those coordinates if you got them.
North 3524.537. East 035561118. 75 feet.
One copies north 3524.537, east 035561118, 75 feet.
Read that correct.
Copy, thank you.
Altitude.
Any objections if I take this one? I've got a vendetta out for this guy.
Go right ahead. Two.
Nickel 1-1 in from the southwest, SA-13. Yeah, that was some definite pucker factor there for a second.
He dumped his whole magazine at you. Is a magazine if it's an AA? Rack? What do you want to call it?
You know, that's a really good question. I don't know.
The full wad.
He blew his load. Nickel 1-1 paveway SA-13.
I followed his smoke back on the TGP and still can't see him.
Nickel 1-1 Shack SA-13. Yeah, he's not very warm, and with the restriction on not using TV mode, there is no hope of spotting that fucker. And not without the smoke trails to follow back.
Yeah, I just picked up your smoke on the TGP. I was off by like a half a mile.
So yeah, good teamwork. That's more Wild Weasel than I care to get into, but it worked. Alright, one's Dakota 5.3.
We don't have any AA targets left, right?
Nope, that should be it.
I'm gonna run on the northeast ramp of aircraft. Looks like some parked MiG-29s. I'm not convinced these 97s are popping the planes like they're supposed to.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of them are in revetments as well, so it's challenging. Well, I guess for a 97 it shouldn't be challenging, but you know.
I've got an aircraft on the west side of the airfield. I'll target and then I'll flow out to the south.
Copy. I'll head to steer 2 to anchor there.
Nickel 1-3 is in from the west, aircraft on the ramp.
Counter.
Nickel 1-2 defending SA-11.
Nickel 1-3 piddle out to the south.
Let's get up to 25,000.
1-1, passing waypoint 2 at 30,000.
Package Nickel 1-2 in from the west, aircraft west side of the airport.
One's anchored, steer 2, 25,000.
Winchester, moving to tier point 2 to rejoin.
Package Nickel 1 flight is Dakota RTB. Alright, once we're joined up, we'll head back to Akrotiri.
Nickel, this is Dude 1-3.
And yardstick is back up 44 Yankee. Correction, 107 Yankee.
Hellcat, dude 1. Send traffic to Hellcat. What's your guys? We're about to strike the airfield right now. Stop.
I think those planes are all static objects, so they don't quite behave with the munitions the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, I put an LGB right in the middle of an Antonov, and it was like, eh.
Yeah, that northwestern cluster of flankers and the revetments, I've managed to put it, like the entire line. I saw the. Anyway, yeah, they were untouched.
Okay, 1-1 to the south, 45 seconds to release. Hellcat, this is Dude 1-3. We got a couple of GBU-12s. We're gonna be up at about 23,000 and attacking the airfield just until we until we're. Roger. Hellcat was targeting a radar dome. We're occupying Angels 25 through 28.
Dark Star 1-1, passing waypoint.
Okay, 1-1 Pickle, out west. 30 seconds to impact.
Yeah, I just used a control F11 to look at all the statics, and yeah, none of them looked like they were even touched.
To the saddle left.
Visual.
That was great, radar dome.
Counter.
Copy, we'll keep this turn going, then roll out steer 8.
Hellcat 1-4 in from the west.
And quick ops check. One's 4600, 4.6 rather.
Two is 6.2.
3 is 7.0.
Copy, we should be good then.
Disregard the load of flares. I just don't trying to turn off my jammer.
I saw nothing.
Bingo. Bingo.
Hellcat 1-4 out to the east.
So once we get the DTC capability, do you think they're ever going to implement the pre-planned target waypoints the way they're supposed to be? Because like normally, what the threat rings, for example, those are actually waypoints. They're just very special waypoints.
The data cartridge thing is supposedly next on their list.
Definitely a high priority for me, right up there with the sniper pod.
Supposedly they're also going to do HTS networking as well.
So like if somebody else has something locked, you can pick up on their data link info for it.
Yep. It's got like special enunciations and everything on the ad.
Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and fence out.
Hellcat, this is Dude 1-3. I'm going to do one pass north to south on the north-west ramp. There's some MiGs there, and then we're RT. Copy that.
The northwest ramp, they say.
Okay, 1-1 in from the south.
That sounds familiar.
Dude 1-1, ray gun. There's like F-18. F-15.
This means you're having a bad day.
Roger. Dude 1-3 is 20 mics out, coming in south to north, and then we'll be out to the west, pardon me, after we drop. Coming in from... Copy that. Release.
Package Nickel 1 checking out. Nickel push comm 1 button 1. Nickel flight comm check.
2, 3.
Alright, starting a descent. And apparently fighting the trim. So if there's any one thing that I'm really jealous of the Hornet on, it's that third MFD and the way their HSI is set up.
The 15's moving map is pretty nice as well.
Hey, welcome aboard. You caught us just in time to RTB. We're, call it 10 minutes from landing. I can't complain too much. Overheating. It's not great air conditioning and it is just way too hot this year. And I'm bringing back the power a bit. But are you saying that you're 2? Or I guess 3, actually? Because if so, chatting in stream while simultaneously flying in formation, that's challenging. Oh, you're as right as incorrect. Okay. Sorry, my brain is apparently not working today. I just read that and thought you were saying that you were number 3 over here on the right. I was like, how are you chatting and flying at the same time, dude? Shallowing out descent. I am not, unfortunately. Sorry to disappoint. If the US keeps going the way things are going, maybe someday, if I don't end up getting shot over some stupid bullshit, but you know. Not like Canada wants anything to do with Americans right now anyway. I'm not about to impose myself on them now that I really think about it. Akrotiri traffic, Nickel 1, flight of 3 F-16s, 18 miles to the east, inbound overhead brake, runway 28, Akrotiri. Alright, let's go echelon right. Coming right. Sorry for the timing on that one.
Flight check on uniform. Dude 1. Air traffic, dude 1-1 to ship F-15s inbound from the north with an overhead brake, runway 16.
Altitude.
Leveling off. And a little fast as well, bringing back the power. Akrotiri traffic, Nickel 1, flight of 3 F-16s, 5 mile initial, runway 28, Akrotiri. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually seen the F-22's cockpit. Not off the top of my head, anyway. I'll have to look it up after this. Similar with the bubble canopy, their HUD has more of a frame to it. But yeah, I've never actually looked any further into it than that. Nickel 1-1's in the break.
Nickel 1-2 break.
Nickel 1-3 break.
It's a bit of a messy break. Clean up the trim, clean up the trim.
Altitude. Altitude.
Yes, yes, I hear you. Akrotiri traffic, Nickel 1-1, short final runway 28. That's a steep approach. Come on, settle down, stay on center line. Come on, settle in. Here we go, Jesus. All over the place today. Blue Angels are red Rados. Let's see, Blue Angels are Hornets, F-18s. Oh, maneuver training. Sorry, I didn't see that message. No, we're just getting back from a strike mission. Nickel 1-1's clear of the runway, taxiing to parking.
Air traffic, Dude 1-1 is initial runway 16 for the left overhead brake.
Nickel 1-2, clear of the active.
If they're going to Beirut, I'm impressed we're still getting a signal from them.
Marshall 040, marking moms 060, 445, Angels 20, holding hands with 308, low state 3.8.
Nickel 1-3, clear the runway.
I'm just going to settle in between these stink bugs.
040, see you at 10.
16, full stop. Dude 1-2, overhead brake.
Super crisp signal from Taco, not so much from Yeti. I wonder if they're using different radios.
Two check brakes.
Marshall 040. Marking Mops 059 435. Angels 19. Holding hands with 308. Low state 3.3.
Three check brakes.
308, Mother's weather is visibility 10 plus mile. Scattered clouds at above 10,000. Altimeter is 2953. Case 1 recovery expected BRC A2. Report see me at 10.
Favorite traffic, Dude 1 left base, runway 16, full stop.
Alrighty, well, that's a wrap for me tonight. Thanks for joining me. That was kind of the trailing edge. I hope it was still entertaining regardless. Have a good night.